Hello and welcome back to Josh Roddy YouTube. Today we're talking about one tip that really helped me in Bermuda get my top 10 finish in a professional tournament. So recently you would have seen the videos from Bermuda. I spent 5 days out there playing in the Goslings Invitational. Now, first off, this was such an amazing event. Some really good professional golfers out there and some high level amateurs as well. It was 3 rounds in the competitive tournament. We had a Pro-Am on the first day, which was the Monday as well. That was super fun at Mid-Ocean Golf Club. You know, just an absolute stunning golf course and some really good playing partners on the day. A lot of fun, as the Pro-Ams always are. And then the first round on the Tuesday was at Belmont. Now, Belmont was one of these courses that was like super quirky. Unfortunately, I didn't get time to have a practice round out there. But when I say quirky, oh my goodness. Apparently there's 170 white OB stakes around this golf course. So yeah, it certainly is quirky. It was a tough challenge and you know, I was just happy to get it round. They call this course, they say that you get Belmonted. Now, I was holding off the Belmonted until hole 15 when I hit my drive slightly left and hit a palm tree. Dropped down. I was left with like 350 yards into a par 4. Unfortunately, didn't make par. Leaked my 4-iron on the next hole behind a tree. Didn't make par. Another bogey. Then played a par 3 that was 120 yards down a 20-yard slope. So, you know, I thought it was playing around about 100, hit a 100-yard shot with my gap wedge, caught a bit of wind, came up 30 yards short, didn't make up and down. So, you know, ended up, finished 1 over. Was I 1 over? Or 2 over? 2 over. I was 2 over. So, yeah. I was under par all day up until the 15th, and then yeah, Belmonted me. And then when we was out there, the weather was super rough. Like it was 40-50 mile an hour winds. So you know, the whole week you're fighting your ball flight the whole time. Especially at Belmont, we kind of got a tail end of the wind and what it was going to be like. It wasn't quite blowing just yet, but it was still up there. And then going into round 2 at Mid-Ocean, we get up to the golf club at 7:30. The heavens are coming down and, you know, it was rough. When I say rough, it was rough. So round 2 got called off, and then it was round 2 and 3 was going to be played at Port Royal. So the top 15 or 20 players, I think, went through to the final round. And the good thing was, if you get into that final round, you're getting paid. So that was a fantastic result. And yeah, just to get into that final round and give myself a chance to get up that leaderboard was, you know, it made my week. You know, I was super pleased with how I played. Round 2, I shot 2 over par in like 40 mile an hour winds, which round a course I've never played before. I played some really golf, and you know, to top it off, I didn't really hold that many putts. You know, super tough to really pick a good line when it's blowing that much. But yeah, round 3, same kind of story. Hit it quite good, but just didn't really hold anything. You know, missed about 5 or 6 putts with inside 6 foot, which you just cannot afford to do in professional golf. So yeah, that was unfortunate. But you know, overall I think I was 9 over for the tournament. Doesn't sound like a great score, but Graham, the lad that won, he won the Tartan Tour this year and he was 4 under for tournament. So he's going on to the Challenge Tour this year. Super good player. You know, I think there was 2 people finished under par, which that just shows how tough it was playing out there. And you know, the week prior to going out there, my prep wasn't great. I was on holiday in Crete on the cocktails on an all-inclusive. You know, so my prep was not great and I wasn't really expecting much when I got out there. But one thing that helped me a lot, and I'm going to share with you guys today, is something that I was feeling in the swing that really did change my long game, and kind of freed me up. So yeah, what was that one thing? I'm going to explain it to you right now. So I'll openly say that probably over the last 12 months, I've worked on a pattern of being really on top of the golf ball. Now, that's not been a bad thing at all. And I've changed some really, really good things in my golf swing. The grip has become a lot more neutral. So being in a neutral grip, I now have a chance to release the club just in a neutral way. If you're super, super strong and the face is shut on the way back, there's certain things you can't do throughout the swing because your grip's a certain way. Vice versa, if it was super, super weak, you know, I might have to now release it even more. So by being in that position where my grip is super, super neutral now, I'm allowed to release it differently, you know? You know, I think when that grip is a certain way, it does change that release pattern. So that's one change that I've made. You know, the Jumbo Max grips definitely help. They're being slightly bigger. It allows me to get my left hand more around the grip and the right hand more on top. So yeah, the neutral grip definitely has helped. So I've built some fundamentals in my swing that I was in a trail hip setup, so kind of in back here, but by being kind of more neutral now, I allow myself, the grip is a lot better, you know? So when you're back in trail hip, you're probably going to grip it strong. When you get into a neutral setup, now when you grip the club, it's pretty neutral. So, you know, understanding some super basic things in the golf swing has really, really helped me. And like I say, I've worked on staying on top of it. Now, the one thing this created, big credit to Liam Robinson. You'd have seen him blowing up absolutely everywhere. And I haven't even had a one-on-one lesson with Liam yet, but I've just taken some stuff that I've heard from Brandon, my other friends that have been with him, his stuff online. You know, it's really, really helped me. And one thing that he talks about is kind of a movement, okay? So when I'm staying on top of it, from here, you'd think that you'd just turn back onto the ball, which arguably I'd say you can in the lower end, right? Similar to the stuff when I was talking about swing left. In the lower end, I think you can do that. But as you work up the bag to like a driver, you need more room and you need some space to be able to create speed. You can't really do that from staying here. You know, what you do end up doing from here is now actually spinning out and creating some space by, you know, getting that pelvis forward. There's certain things that we all do to really create space and room. One thing that Liam talks about is actually creating space on the backswing. So, you know, it's more of a movement of being over this right-hand side or feeling like you're on your trail side to now I've got a bunch of room to go into in the downswing. So that just, I can't actually say how much that helped me in Bermuda. If I wanted to hit it lower, I would stay on top of it more and just drive it through. If I know that maybe I was downwind, I could be so much more freer, get back into this trail side, and then I've got room to go into now. So yeah, I mean, we're gonna hit a few balls now, and I'll just show you some ball flights, but I cannot say how big that movement stuff is. It's unbelievable. So yeah, try giving yourself a bit of room in that backswing and it really, really helps. So we're going to hit a few balls now. I've got 9-iron, haven't warmed up, and we're just going to try and stay on top of one with this 9-iron. Leaked it out right there. Now, could that be the that I've not got the room. Let's try one more. I'm now going to create some space in the backswing. So I'm going to feel like I move more to my trail side, create some room. A lot straighter already. You know, that stuff's just super powerful, and getting onto that trail side, I cannot say how much that has helped me. Little bit leak there, maybe a touch of face, and like I say, you know, you're going to hit bad shots still. I'm not going to say this stuff is going to turn you into a well beater, because it's not. But what it allows you to do as well, what I felt in Bermuda, was I'm now a lot freer. So when I'm on the golf course, I'm setting up to my ball and I'm just thinking about a movement, right? I'm not thinking about a golf swing. So, you know, you can imagine how free that feels when you're stood on that first tee. I think my GC3's, not making excuses, I think my GC3's slightly left. But you know, when you're out on course, this is a really good feeling to have, is just thinking about a movement. You know, I'm not thinking about hitting the golf ball, where my wrist angle is. You know, when I'm coming down, I'm thinking about a release. I'm thinking about a movement. And that is the one thing I think why this stuff works, is because it frees you up. When you're out there, you're thinking about moving well, you know. So when you're over the ball, just think about getting onto that trail side, bit of room. And there we go. Straight down. Maybe a slight draw, but you know, a beautiful golf shot. And I'd actually say the distance has creeped up a little bit. You know, certainly in the top end, like the driver, you know, I'm feeling like I'm like, bang, over here, room, turn in, release, and go. So compared to where I was of being like on top of it, you know, where do I go from here? I've got nowhere to go. I'm spinning out, trying to create room with the hips, maybe a slide. So give that one a go. It's a super easy thing to feel out on the golf course, is just getting that movement good, rather than thinking about a swing and being technical with the wrist angles and the club face. Think about it as a movement. Golf's hard enough, you know, we make this sport pretty tough, but try and just get free out there. Feel like it's a movement, and let me know how that works for you. So if you did enjoy that video and you did learn anything new, like and subscribe, and we'll see you all for the next one.